Good morning. Good morning. Everybody hear me? Yeah. There you go. See, that's what air conditioning does to you. It spoils you. All right, let's see. I want to make sure. Where's Representative Jacob Landry, Chairman Fred Guyman, Senator Henskins? Y'all guys come up. I know we've got a number of other legislators that are here today as well. I want to open up by. Oh, there you go. There you go. Come on, Philip. All right. So I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank the Monclaws for giving us this great facility. How about a round of applause for them? I want to thank our Secretary of DNR, Tyler Gray, who has worked, just 24/7 on the transition team, organize the Department of Natural Resources, trying to put in good policies that really kick off our oil and gas industry here. I want to thank the Oil and Gas Workers Association, the Heartland Institute, the folks on the Mineral Board, of course, the legislators who have been working with us. And of course, I want to thank all of the hardworking people that are standing behind us. Actually, the reason we're here is because of them. You know, before we begin, I think it's important we set the stage. I just came back from France, where I met with CEOs from around the globe. And this one particular CEO, when I met with him, all he could do was brag about the opportunity to make me believe that our reputation in Louisiana seems to be better outside of Louisiana than it is inside of Louisiana. So I want to bring you back for just a second. You know, Tyler Lucas wrote a book on Huey Long, and I read it right before I took office. And I want you to hear the words that the author writes. He said that when Huey entered politics over 100 years ago, Louisiana was an immensely backward state. It had long suffered from a stagnant economy, a dreadful educational system, and rampant poverty. Overall, Louisiana ranked 39th in average gross income. I want you to know that in 2023, we were 48th. On top of that, the state possessed one of the worst infrastructure systems in the nation. But worst of all, the author writes, he says that Louisiana's leaders seemed at the time just not to care. And reading those words, especially that ending phrase that the leaders of the state just didn't seem to care, seemed to bring into focus the immense challenges that we had when you elected me as your governor and many of these folks who stand behind me to change the direction of the state. But I want to tell you that today, let me show you how much has changed in 18 months. Because of the folks that stand behind me, I will tell you that they care. When a critical mass of people that you elect care and understand what it takes to change things, the state moves forward. And we're moving from the bottom to the top. Now, there are always those folks who complain that progress is either not fast enough or good enough, and they lack the patience for what it takes to change things. Those are folks who brag about the things we need to be doing, but never being accomplished. And that's okay, because the folks behind me, they don't brag about the things they're doing. We're here to show you things that we've done. Over 30 years ago, legacy lawsuits have plagued this industry. The bill that we're signed by Senator Henskins, 244, is actually a great, big, beautiful bill. This bill is going to bring stability and consistency into our oil and gas law. The issue of legacy lawsuits has long pitted property owners against producers. For decades, the legislature has failed to address this issue. When I ran, I promised the people of this state and this industry that we would work on improving Louisiana's business environment by addressing the litigation landscape. Now, many people doubted that we could achieve it, but today we fulfill that promise. By signing Senate Bill 244, we close the book on the past and we bring certainty back to the oil and gas industry once and for all. I want this industry to go back to the days when it was thriving, when it was high wages, and it was actually exciting to be a part of. This bill aligns with President Trump's America First agenda, and it prepares Louisiana to respond and embrace a robust energy industry that is needed for growing the Trump American economy. As a tribute to the past, Senate Bill 244 will revert the Department of Natural Resources to its original name, the Department of Energy and Conservation, which it was given in 1912. This reorganization will enable the department to become more balanced, more transparent, and more solutions-oriented. It will allow the department to address conservation issues and enforcement proactively, thus reducing costly litigation. Reorganizing was of vital importance to making sure that we had a business-friendly atmosphere. We also recognize the importance of water as a natural resource, and the new Department of Energy and Conservation will prioritize at a state level water resource management, developing a comprehensive plan to ensure the availability of ground and surface water resources as we grow our economy. The law also establishes the Natural Resources Commission to streamline communication between all of our departments that impact oil and gas and energy production. This centralization will help us leverage positive federal policies when administrations are friendly to us and defend the industry against unfavorable federal administrations more effectively. The next bill we're going to sign, House Bill 692 by Representative Jacob Landry. I want you to know that while everyone is focused on that big, beautiful bill I just walked through, this bill right here sets the tone for the future. It is a bill that helps us pursue energy independence and dominance. It's called the Affordable, Reliable, Clean Energy Security Act. And I want to thank Tom Raston, the Heartland Institute, for helping us usher this bill through. This bill sets the stage for an energy renaissance, not only here, but in America. It allows Louisiana to lead. This bill positions Louisiana as an economic powerhouse where we can not only join the industrial South that we've been missing out on, but we can lead in that industrial South. This act supports over 306,000 oil and gas jobs here in Louisiana, provides transparency to ratepayers. It ensures equal treatment for all energy sources that are contributing to grid reliability and resiliency. It prohibits the use of supply chains involving child or slave labor, such as those that we're purchasing in China. It positions Louisiana for economic growth, building on the substantial investment from firms like Meta, Hyundai Steel, CF Industries, and all of our LNG who are coming to Louisiana. It strengthens Louisiana's energy future by prioritizing affordable, reliable, and in-state dispatchable electricity from sources like natural gas and nuclear. I want to thank Representative Jacob Landry. He deserves all the credit, not just because he's got a great last name. Understood the vision of what Louisiana could be. I want to thank the Speaker as well. I want to thank the Senate President, Cameron Henry. He deserves thanks for recognizing the value of this bill and his stewardship for ushering through the Senate. Again, I want to thank those at the Heartland Institute and Heartland Impact who were critical in providing the support and effort and for recognizing that Louisiana can be an energy leader. This law will allow us to capitalize on the data centers, the LNG facilities, the pipelines, the chemical and the steel production facilities that are coming to Louisiana, and they're bringing great paying jobs. This bill is important because it is the first in the country. Louisiana becomes the first state to codify this type of law, where we're going to protect and make sure that a policy is enacted into law that is whereby our electricity is affordable, reliable, and clean energy security for our state. And my hope is that Congress will take note of what Louisiana has done and cement the president's America First agenda by passing this at the federal level. Then finally, House Bill 600 by Representative Brett Guyman. You know, last year, we brought these folks into session right before Thanksgiving. And in 2 weeks, we said what no one said we could do. I know that there are members around here. I see Jean-Paul, our new public service commissioner. He'll tell you how many years he's battled to try to institute positive, meaningful tax reform in this state. And last year, in 2 weeks, this legislature produced for you all the largest tax cut in the history of this state. Today, we continue to build on that promise because House Bill 600 complements not only our tax reform, but the other bills that I just previously mentioned, because we've recognized that for far too long, Louisiana has had one of the highest severance taxes on oil. Today, with the signing of this legislation, the severance tax on oil on new drills will fall from 12.5% to 6.5%. It puts people like these fellas back to work. Additionally, to complement that, and I want to call out Matt Monclaw, because him and I have talked about this for years. His passion for wanting to put people back to work is unquestionable. That's why I put him on the Mineral Board. Today, I'm signing an executive order that instructs the Mineral Board and the Department of Natural Resources to develop a plan to further reduce royalties on state mineral leases, incentivizing increased production and capitalizing on that production by increasing revenue. This order also directs a proactive measure to address orphan wells in state waters so that we don't repeat the sins of the past, so that we have responsible resource development, fiscal sustainability, and environmental stewardship. Ladies and gentlemen, it is just an unbelievable honor to stand with you today as we take bold steps towards shaping Louisiana's energy future. And we're going to, when I'm finished here, we're going to move over to this table and we're going to sign those bills with those legislators who have worked so hard for you. I want you to know, though, that this action is proof that we understand that there is a clear vision, that when they write the book about this time, they will talk about the time that after 100 years, Louisiana has figured out a way to lift itself off the bottom. Today marks a new chapter for Louisiana energy, one that is defined by balance, progress, and shared opportunity. And I'm proud to say we're just getting started. Thank you so very much. All right, the first bill we're going to sign is Senator Hedgkins. It really is a big, beautiful bill. It's a lot smaller than this, but we needed a truck to bring it over. So we're going to give him the great signature page right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the bill you've been waiting for. This ends your legacy lawsuits. This says that Louisiana is open once and for all. The next bill is by Representative Jacob Landry, which is the Affordable, Reliable Energy Security Act, which I'd spoken about earlier, which I'm going to tell you, when it's all said and done, people around America are going to want to have this exact same law. Jacob, thank you so much. Next is the Severance Reduction Act on oil. Matt's getting the one. He's gonna. If it wasn't so hot, I'd keep you up here, Matt. This is the bill that we've all been waiting for. This is the bill that many of you, many producers out there, many operators out there have told me that if we did two things, if we would bring stability and finality and consistency to Louisiana's litigation environment regarding energy, and that we would reduce the severance on oil, you would be back. Today, I'm going to sign this bill, and in 12 months, I'm going to hold you accountable for doing what you promised me. And then finally, because I know y'all hot, I'm telling you, what y'all doing in the shade over there? This is the executive order that I want to thank my good friend Matt Moncroft for helping us work out. Matt, come over here. This executive order is a product of debate, of heated arguments, of an appreciation for passion for making sure that we put in place solid energy policy in Louisiana. Matt, thank you so much. Well, this concludes it, and y'all can get in the shade now. Thank you so very much.